Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's happening this week in the news. We begin with news from the Vatican. Pope Benedict XVI has established a commission to investigate a series of leaks of letters exchanged among Vatican officials and between the officials and the Pope himself. While some of the leaked letters are gossipy, others include allegations of serious financial misconduct. Archbishop Angelo Beccio, Vatican Substitute Secretary of State, said that the Papal Commission would investigate the affair, while a Vatican tribunal would look into taking legal action against those who gave the documents to reporters. The Vatican Secretariat of State will carry out an administrative review of every Vatican office. The leaks began in January when letters written by Archbishop Carlo Maria Vignano when he was Secretary General of the Governor's Office of Vatican City-State were published. The Archbishop, who now is nuncio to the United States, warned of corruption, abuse of power, a lack of transparency in awarding contracts, and opposition to financial reforms. After that, a letter from a Vatican official was released questioning the current reform of the Vatican's finance laws, and letters from Cardinal Tarcisio Bertone, Vatican Secretary of State, about control of a Catholic hospital in Milan. Archbishop Beccio called the affair, popularly referred to as Vati leaks in the media, cowardly and disloyal, and he said the Pope was pained by the whole affair. He said that with the investigations, he hopes an atmosphere of mutual trust can be restored within the Vatican. In news now from around the country, the Congregation for Saints' Causes has recommended to Pope Benedict XVI the sainthood cause of Cuban-born 19th century writer and philosopher Father Felix Varello. There is talk that the Pope may approve the recommendation while he's in Cuba. Jesuit Father Federico Lombardi, Vatican spokesman, said though the sainthood cause is not on the program, if the Pope wants to say he's approving it, he'll say it. The papal decree that a person heroically lived the Christian virtues is the first official recognition needed in a candidate's sainthood cause. Father Varillo was born in Havana in 1788 and was ordained at 23 years old. He is known as a promoter of human rights, freedom for slaves, and independence for Cuba from Spain. Exiled from Cuba, he eventually immigrated to the United States, where he served as Vicar General of the Archdiocese of New York. He spent his last years in St. Augustine, Florida, and died there in 1853. His remains were transferred to Cuba in 1911. In news now from the Vatican, Pope Benedict XVI will leave for his Latin American tour on March 23rd. It will include a meeting with the President of Mexico and Raul Castro, the President of Cuba. Rome Reports has a detailed look at the Pope's schedule for the trip.
At 9:30 in the morning, his plane will depart from Rome's Fiumicino Airport. During the 14-hour flight, the Pope will meet with the press to discuss his trip. At 4:30 in the afternoon, he will arrive in León, Mexico, located in the central state of Guanajuato. He will be received by the President, Felipe Calderón, along with a mariachi band. Thousands of people are expected to be lining the road as the Pope will then travel to the residence of the School of Miraflores. I imagine the Mexican people will be out along the streets welcoming the Pope. It will surely be a great part of the first day. On Saturday, the schedule will allow him to recover from jet lag, with no meetings until 6 p.m. At that time, he will visit with the Mexican president and his family in the public building of Casa del Conde Rul. There will then be a meeting with local children in the town's Plaza of Peace. On Sunday, March 25th, the Pope will celebrate Mass in the symbolic Bicentennial Park in the city of León, at the foot of the Cubilete Mountain. In the afternoon, he will meet with the bishops of Mexico and Latin America in the Cathedral of León. All the presidents of the Episcopal Conferences of Latin America are invited as well. Mexican bishops have also invited representatives from Canada and the United States. On Monday, March 26, Benedict XVI will say goodbye to Mexico, departing at 9:30 a.m. for Santiago de Cuba, where he will be welcomed by Raul Castro, and will then celebrate Mass on the occasion of the 400th anniversary of the island's patron saint, Our Lady of Charity. The Pope will stay at the residence of the shrine's priest, which has been preparing for his visit. On Tuesday the 27th, the Pope will then fly to Havana, where he will meet again with President Raul Castro and other members of his family, which will likely include his brother Fidel. He will also meet with the bishops of Cuba and then remain that night in the nunciature. On Wednesday the 28th, the Pope will celebrate Mass at the Revolution Square, close to the famous image of Che Guevara. In the afternoon, there will be a farewell ceremony at the airport, before a 12-hour flight back to Rome.
Looking now at news from around the world, Archbishop Rowan Williams of Canterbury, the leader of the worldwide Anglican Communion and the Church of England, has announced his resignation. He will step down at the end of December and will take a job as Master of Magdalen College at the University of Cambridge, England, beginning in January. A statement released by the Archbishop's office said that Archbishop Williams' intentions had been conveyed to Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen acts as the Supreme Governor of the Church of England and has the ultimate responsibility of appointing archbishops of Canterbury. In the statement, the 61-year-old Archbishop said it had been an immense privilege to serve as the Archbishop of Canterbury over the past decade, and he said moving on has not been an easy decision. The Archbishop said that during the time remaining there is much to do, and he asked for prayers and support in this period and beyond. And finally in the news, Mother Dolores Marie of the Poor Clares of Perpetual Adoration, Abbess of St. Joseph's Monastery, and Wilhelmina Mobley, president of the Te Deum Foundation, announced the purchase of almost 500 acres in Mooresboro, North Carolina, about 60 miles west of Charlotte. The land will be split between the Poor Clares for a permanent monastery and the Te Deum Foundation for a future regional seminary. The Poor Clares moved their community to the Diocese of Charlotte from Ohio in 2010. They have been living in a temporary monastery on the St. Anne Church campus in Charlotte and are raising money to build a chapel and monastery on the 330 acres they will occupy. The rest of the land is being set aside for a future regional seminary, a project being spearheaded by the Te Deum Foundation, a nonprofit organization that operates separately from the Diocese of Charlotte and supports seminarians in their education. Right now, seminarians for the Diocese of Charlotte attend schools in Maryland, Ohio, and the Pontifical North American College in Rome. Both the Poor Clares and the Te Deum Foundation have been searching for land somewhere in the Diocese of Charlotte for some time, and Mother Dolores Marie and Mobley say they are thankful to have found a mutual beneficial piece of property. Well, that is all the information we have for you at this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.